Now this guy right here just volunteered to take my picture with my own camera, which was awfully nice of him. We're at Monitor Pass, 8,314 feet high on State Highway 89 in Alpine County. This road's also closed in the winter. You see, we get some yellows in the trees. A lot of the trees haven't turned yet. It hasn't gotten really cold up here yet. It's been a pretty pleasant fall so far. Hasn't even snowed in the high country. Last year, the day before I drove to Tahoe on the Wednesday, it snowed and then the plows were out on 88. And then when I got into Tahoe, it snowed on the Thursday. It snowed that night, just a touch right on the valley floor. So it's never too early to snow up here. But my God, I've said this like 3 times today. It is a beautiful day. I think that's a fire watch tower up there. You see that? Jeez, I'm shaky with the camera. Sorry, guys. There. Okay. Wow. Oh, it's like I've got palsy or something. Anyway, we're pressing on. We're on the border of Alpine and Mono counties on State Highway 89. This is truly an Eastern Sierra. This is beautiful country out here. I love the sound of that diesel. I got 44.7 miles per gallon driving up here and then driving around. It's not bad. The mileage just dropped off on it some since I've owned it. I used to get 46 or 47. I've gotten as high as some 49 and 50. But I've got 265,000 miles on the motor, so I can't complain. I expect 265,000 more. We'll see what's next. Just down the highway a touch is a little bit nicer pullout. You can see this little valley right in front of us. And then I'm not sure if this is the Owens River. I think we're too far north for that. But this is a nice, beautiful valley right here. You see the agriculture, the big green squares. A lot of hay growing. So we'll see what's next. I'm in Colville on 395. And here's a pretty sharp looking Plymouth GTX just parked here. Sharp looking mags. Classic vehicle plates, which we'll get a look at in the back. This is a Nevada registered car. But we're not in Nevada. Classic vehicle. Good looking car. I like stuff like this. Here's a sharp looking old building in Colville across the street from the high school, the middle school, and the elementary school. Now the reason we stopped here to take a picture of the high school and such is that I just read in the paper today that about 25 or 30 years ago, 4 California high schools, Truckee, North Tahoe, South Tahoe, and Colville, moved from the California sports leagues to the Northern Nevada school sports leagues. And there was a thing about that in the paper because the Truckee High School football team had won like 42 games straight, and it was a big deal. So even though we're in California, these guys play Nevada schools. Actually, it's the same way in Needles too. Needles is so far out in the middle of nowhere that they play Laughlin and other Nevada schools as well. Our next stop at almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon finds us in downtown Bridgeport, California on US-395. We'll zip through this. This is the county seat of Mono County in the Eastern Sierra. And we're standing in front of the courthouse, built in 1880. It is the oldest continuing gingerbread style of courthouse in the state of California. Notice I didn't say the oldest continually in use, because in Trinity County we know that the courthouse was built in 1854 and is still in use. Right here in the middle is the Mono County Jail, built in 1883, and the new jail was built in 1964. That's just right next door where the sheriff's office is. Here's a phone booth with no phone, but the booth remains as a sign of times of the past. I stood back a touch, but here's the jail. Well, now here's the Verizon building, and then here's the jail. And if you look, if you could see the stripes right in between the two beige buildings, there's honest to God prisoners. You could even hear them talking in the background. So we'll see what's next. Here's a couple of KTMs and the riders. Hi guys.
Hi.
They're out for a beautiful ride in the desert. And they're getting gas maybe at the most expensive place to get gas that's not Death Valley in the entire state. Because there's no easy way to bring anything here to Bridgeport. Because it truly is in the middle of nowhere. But the scenery is to die for. So it's about 10 after 2. We took our pictures here. We're going to get us a soda. And we're going to start heading back towards Haraz, where the players' dinner is. I'm still going to eat. I paid for it. Take some pictures and speak at the dinner. I've spoken every time at the dinner, and I'm going to speak again tonight. And then hopefully, with the alarm clock and the extension cord, I'll wake up in time tomorrow and play some golf. So we'll see what's next. That's Neil Sean and Jan Hammer in the background. They made 2 albums, Here to Stay and Untold Passion. I love them both. It's old school stuff. We're in the Walker River Canyon. This is the Walker River. A couple of shots ago when I wasn't sure what the river was, and I said it wasn't the Owens River. We're going to zip through this right here. It was the Walker River. I should have known that, but I'm getting forgetful of my old age. So we're going to go right to here, as I'm thinking, not go back to the motel. By the time I change out the CDs and take some more film, it should be almost the time to eat. Now I stopped here on 395 because I thought it was majestic that these spires of rock just poke out of the mountain. We're between Colville and Walker on 395, still in California. It's about 5 to 3. Dinner's at 5. We got plenty of time. We're pretty close to the Nevada state line. This is Topaz Lake on the Walker River. There's camping here, though I've never camped here. And there's fishing in this lake, but I don't fish. It is very pretty though. But we stopped here because I want to get a picture of this. Here's some road construction. You see let's get over here. You see the line of pillars and the retaining wall, the concrete poured on the side, like on the right hand side right there, under the Jersey wall. And then as you can see up around the bend, and there's metal mesh to keep the land from sliding down. So it's good to see our tax dollars hard at work. Here we are on 207. It is about 4 o'clock. We're at the top of Daggett Summit in Douglas County, Nevada. This is the Carlson Valley you see down below. Minden and Gardnerville, which we drove through, but I didn't stop. It's a beautiful day.